In our last video, we were looking at jumps between do and mi, the first and third notes of the scale. In this one, we're going to add in jumps between mi and so, the third and fifth notes of the scale. This is significant because those three notes, the first, the third, and the fifth, form a very, very important identifying part of the scale. The first note of the scale, the home base of the scale, the note that it's all built on, the note that it returns to, the note that it's named for, is the tonic. And a grouping of three notes is called a triad. So the grouping of three notes built on the tonic is called the tonic triad. And these three notes define the key. They say that this is a major triad, so it's a major key, and songs written in this key are going to sound a little more happier or joyful or bright or buoyant. They're going to sound very different than if something were in a minor key, which we'll talk about later. So the tonic triad in major keys is do, mi, sol. And by learning that triad, by learning those notes and how they sound together, then you can set up what a large part of the key is going to sound like. There's only 7 notes in the key, so if you know 3 of them, you're halfway there before you even start singing the piece. So practice singing do to mi and then mi to so. Do, mi. Now sing mi to so. Mi, so. And if you want, you can do the trick we did in a previous video where you sing do and you audiate re, sing mi, audiate fa, and then sing so. Let's try that. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Try that once more. We'll go a little bit faster. Do, mi, so, mi, do. Now take out the breaks and just sing do, mi, so, mi, do. Do, mi, so, mi, do. It's really important that you get these notes in tune. If they're in tune, your piece is very likely to be in tune. If they're out of tune, your piece is very likely to be out of tune. So practice a moment, however often or however much you need, to get these 3 notes in tune. I'll play them while you sing them. I'll play them one more time. You sing. Now you sing them on your own. Did it match this? If not, that's okay. You maybe just need to practice it a few more times. Once you're ready, then move on. We're going to start by looking at number 3, and our very first note is not the tonic. Our very first note is, tell me? Mi. Our first note is mi, and we can tell that based on the key signature. So if our first note is mi, then our second note is so. So sing mi, so. Mi, so. Now look, right after that, we have mi, so, la, la, so. Sing that first measure. Mi, so, la, la, so. And we'll see that that pattern happens more than once in the piece of music. You can really help yourself out in a piece of music by looking for where patterns happen. There's almost no song that doesn't have some form of pattern. Maybe rhythmic, maybe melodic, maybe harmonic, but songs tend to repeat things. If you find those patterns and you look for them in music, you'll say, aha, I've already done that before, and it already makes it easier. Take just a moment and glance through number 3 before we sing it. Just a few more seconds. Let's sing. Sing your tonic triad before we start. Do, mi, sol, mi, do, mi. 1, 2, deep breath, breathe. Mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do, re. Mi, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re. Mi, sol, la, sol, mi, re, do, re. Mi, re, do, ti, do. So go over that as much as you need to. Sometimes people have trouble going from so to la, especially this one, which is rather high for a lot of voices, including me at the time of day that I'm recording this. So, la, so. Be mindful of the space that la requires. The hand sign for la looks like that, and the inside of your mouth should look like that too. Lots and lots of space, high soft palate, dropped jaw. Just be aware of that when you're singing it, and it will make it easier to sing, and it will make it more in tune. Now, looking at number 4, we have the same key signature as we do in number 3, which means that do is going to be in the same place as it was in number 3. Where is do on number 3? Well, it's right here. And where do we start on number 4? On those same notes. So that means we start on the same do we just sung. Do you still have it in your head? Can you sing it? Do. This time we're doing so and la, but we're doing so and la below do. And then we're going back up and above do. Take a moment to look through number 4. Let's sing it. Do. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do, ti, la, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, sol, mi, fa, mi, re. Do, ti, la, sol, la, ti, do, re, mi, sol, mi, re, mi, re, do. Now take a moment to sing it on your own. 1, 2, 3, 4. Did you make it through all the way? Did you get lost somewhere? It's okay if you did. Just go back and try it again until you can get it right. Did you end in the right key? Did you sing your very last note? Sing the do. Do. So go back and practice it again if you need to build that independence, because ultimately you don't want to just be able to sing it when I'm singing it. You want to be able to sing it completely on your own. Let's look at one more for this video. Number 5. Like we discussed in the last video, we have no sharps and no flats in our key signature, which means that this is the key of C. That's right, because we don't see any sharps or flats in the key signature, so that means C is do. And where is C on the treble staff? Well, it's either on the ledger line below or it's on the third space. And either way, you can figure out that our starting note for treble clef is do. Where is C on the bass staff? Well, it's on the second space, which is right where that starting note is, which means that we start on do. take a moment to look through both lines, this line here and this line here of number 5. Take a moment and do that. Now, you're going to sing it first, and then I'm going to sing it with you. Let's see if you can get it without hearing the answer first. We'll start off by singing our tonic triad. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. Get ready? Start with a deep breath. 1, 2, 3. Next line. Okay, so hopefully you made it all the way through without a whole lot of mistakes. But if you made them, there's no shame in that. This isn't an easy sight reading if you're still new to sight reading. A few things to keep in mind at the end of the first line, when you sing me, make sure you're walking down to re during that rest. Make sure that you're thinking about it during that moment so that when you get to the re, it doesn't throw you off. Start back at the beginning now. Do, sing your triad. Do, mi, sol, mi, do. 1, 2, 3. Do, do, re, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, mi. Rest, next line. Re, re, mi, fa, mi, sol, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Again from the top. Do, re, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, mi. Next line. Re, mi, fa, mi, sol, mi, re, mi, fa, mi, re, do, re, mi, sol, fa, mi, re, do. Good. So keep working on that. Keep practicing the scale. Keep practicing jumps between do and mi, between mi and so. And as always, go back to any of the previous videos and review as much as you need to in order to be more confident, more accurate, and more successful with sight reading.